Holy mackerel, friends. Blaha just pumped out another video. Man, it just popped up on the feed, so I figure I gotta react to the gym lifting recruiting fitness gear slaves video he just popped up a couple seconds ago. So Blaha says the internet has created false expectations of a good physique without drugs, lighting, and Photoshop. Yeah, okay.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here with JasonBlaha Strength and Fitness, and today I thought I would chat.
He said without. He said the internet has created false expectations of a good physique, without drugs, lighting, and Photoshop. Well, how did they do that exactly? I'd love to know.
You guys and gals a little bit about a big problem that we do have that the online world creates, but a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, and please drop me a comment down under the video. I'd appreciate it so much. Let's get over to the topic.
It's called steroids.
This situation to where the internet has created extremely unrealistic physique standards for people. And again, I'm a strength guy, not a physique guy. But again, I have decades in this game. I'm 48, almost 49. I've been
Yeah, and he still hasn't learned anything. Look, man, all of you are domesticated because you're domesticated animals, because you're eating an artificial diet. Like a boar turning into a pig. They feed him an artificial diet, and he's domesticated now. Get it? So you're a domesticated animal because you're eating peasant slave food diet as well. Domesticated food that is domesticating you. You understand me? So all of you want to undomesticate yourself, and you think that exercise is the key and the answer to undomesticating you, even though you keep eating the peasant slave food diet. Wow, incredible. The so-called omnivore diet, you call it.
This a really long time, and I know plenty.
Look, you shouldn't even call it omnivore diet. It should be called slave food diet, peasant slave food diet, not omnivore diet.
Guys out there with phenomenal physiques know what they really do,
People with phenomenal physiques. Well, let's see, looks maxing community, because they're eating their natural food, so they're undomesticated. They're not domesticating themselves. Let's see who else is there. The carnivore community, yeah. They're undomesticated too, right? They're not domesticating themselves, eating artificial food. Yes, okay.
The fact of the matter is, we have a situation
But I know the people that are still domesticating themselves, they can't stop eating the peasant slave food diet, pizza, Cokes, and shit, McDonald's. All that food that's domesticating you. You think, I go to the gym and it'll undomesticate me, but you're still not quite changing, right? You're just not changing. And then you see these influencers online, you're like, how are they doing it and I'm not doing it? I keep lifting, I keep going to the gym, because if you go to gyms and walk around, look how average people look. And these people are just slaving away in the gym, yet they still look average. I see these women lifting weights in the gym. They can't stop eating the peasant slave food diet. And I kept seeing them month after month after month, and they never changed. They kept lifting, and they just look the same. Because why? Because peasant slave food diet. It domesticates you. Exercise is not going to change you because exercise has magic powers to overcome the peasant slave food domesticated diet, which is domesticating you. Hello. That's why people go, oh, I should just eat all protein now, right? That's what I should do. Oh, animal products. And then my body will change. Duh, yeah, it'll undomesticate. Has nothing to do with exercise. It has everything to do with what you eat. I'll explain this. If you want to get lean and masculine and muscular, it has everything to do with what you're eating. It has zero to do with what you're lifting in the gym, exercise. Zero. See that? It's really simple.
When someone actually is really and truly a natural guy who doesn't have great lighting, and we've seen this a number of times, and I've seen like Ben Carpenter, I think, talk about some of the people who are like, this guy's got great physique. Some of these other people are like, these are great natural physiques. This guy's got 15 years of hard work over here. But they don't meet anywhere near the standards of what some influencers, sometimes 3 years of experience, has surpassed. But what they're not understanding is...
What standards? What are you talking about?
These physiques you're seeing online from these influencers, they're generally not only on drugs, right? It's lighting, it's Photoshop, it's a pump. They've oftentimes peaked for that. Let's keep that in mind. Most of these guys are not shirtless every week on camera, right? Let that sink in for a minute. These aren't dudes who are running around doing their stuff every day. Like if you guys watch me, I'm pretty much have no shirt on in all my workouts year round. I vlog every single training
I
session.
know it. I'm suffering from trauma watching it.
Like, this is just what I look like. These guys don't look like oftentimes what you're seeing. They've peaked sometimes for that. Perfect gym lighting. My God.
They peak for that. They all fake it eventually. All of them. They're all faking it. They were faking it to begin with, and then they say, oh, I'm going to fake it now because I'm not reaching my goal. They're not. They're just increasing something. They're still faking it. They're influencers, duh. They got to get paid. They got to look good. They have to be eye candy so that you'll subscribe to their channel. If they don't look good, they won't subscribe. Go to look at channels, people exercising right now. I go to these channels. They're not growing. There's guys there. They're old, especially older people. The older you get, the harder it gets because, I mean, a lot of people are so deteriorated at this point. They look deteriorated, and that's all people can focus on. When they look at them, they see them exercise, and they think to themselves, well, I don't want to be like that. They're like, there's all these thoughts going through their mind. When you see something very attractive, it's attractive. That's the whole point. We're attracted to things that are attractive. We like attractive cars. We like attractive houses, attractive women. We like attractive clothes. We like everything that's attractive. So when we see something that's unattractive, you think we're going to subscribe, we're going to like, we're going to view? We're not interested in that. Nobody is. Nobody is interested in seeing something that's deteriorating and unattractive like Blaha. And it'll get worse for Blaha. He's getting older, and his views are just going down and down and down and down and down. That's all they are, going down completely. You know what I mean? Give it a few more years, he'll be completely kaput. I mean, he's just reaching 50 now. He's not even at 60 yet or 70. He's not at 60 or 70 yet. But believe me, this cannot be sustained and not last any longer. This will just completely deteriorate him, this excessive exercise. So nobody's going to watch him pretty soon because it's unattractive for them to watch. That's not their goal is not to look deteriorated. Their goal is to look what? Aesthetic and look young. So they can't relate to somebody like this. They can relate to a person that actually can stay young and look young. They'll relate to them. Even it was hard for me to build my channel. And now I came back a second time with a new channel. And I still managed to get up to 2,000 something. But that I know that has to do with my age and my attractiveness. And I'm not really even showing myself. I'm just doing reaction videos now. But the point is, I have showed myself. And then I get the most numbers when I show myself. When I show myself talking on video, that's like the highest views that I get. Why? Because people are they're looking at you to see if you're attractive enough for them to watch your channel, to subscribe. Get it? So look at your subscribes, look at your age, look at yourself in the mirror, and ask yourself this question: why isn't your channel growing as fast as other channels are growing? Why isn't it growing? Because the unattractiveness. Old age and deterioration is unattractive. Get it? It's not attractive for people. They're not attracted to that. So good luck trying to build a channel on YouTube by presenting unattractiveness or deterioration. Nobody's going to watch you, bro. It's really difficult to get people to watch you. You may be able to get away with talking to people and explaining stuff based on experience and everything. People will watch that. But, again, it's kind of like the attraction thing, their eyes are gravitating, they're watching, and then they're like, I don't know. They're like, shh.
Some of them are shaved and oiled up with a fake tan for the shirtless video they're doing. Okay? You factor in all the Photoshop. I see that a lot. We see Photoshop, we see AI. And these are guys selling the physique, and then people say, well, that's normal. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Because it was false advertising. Like if you're marketing, with the stuff you're doing as selling a program or whatever results, and you're photoshopping everything and all these filters and all this stuff. It's like, guys, this is not real. But I think the problem is that people then get these ideas in their heads that because this guy claims natural, who's on tren and mast and growth hormone and everything else, right? He's on all this stuff. Sometimes you're on 5-6 different drugs. And they do stuff to get ripped. They use all sorts of stuff to suppress their appetite. I mean, I don't think people understand when you talk to some of these people when they're preparing for photo shoots or a contest or anything, the drugs they even take to suppress their appetite. They're eating nicotine and all sorts of other stuff, you know, just to control the appetite so they can get that lean. So it's not sustainable for them. And that's the point you have to understand with what a lot of they're doing. If they literally have to chew nicotine gum every day and take Clen every day just to get that lean and control the appetite and to keep the binging under control and everything else, this is not sustainable for them. So if it's not sustainable for them and they know how to get there, what makes you think that you're going to look like that? They can't even.
Exactly. What makes you think you're going to look like that, eh? Hey, Blaha, and everybody else out there.
Like that.
Oh, he's pointing again. Here we go.
Okay, and I think people lose sight of that when they're looking at this. But they've been, you know, told that this physique over here, this is obtainable. But it's like the guy's on lots of drugs. And I'm not even against necessarily guys doing that. Look, if someone wants to do drugs, they can go do drugs. This is their business. Do drugs, they can go do drugs. This is their business. That's a personal choice. I don't have a problem with people making personal life choices. But are they advertising it and marketing it? You know, and then they're throwing the natural tag on there too. It's like, come on, guys. And all these people think that they're going to obtain this. You know, and they're not. They're not. You know, and it's not just the drugs, it's all the other stuff, because plenty of guys use lots of gear who might be pretty big who still don't look anything like that. So then you have the issue of Photoshop.
Oh, yeah.
Lighting.
Peaking.
Pump. Do you see how crazy this gets real quick?
It does.
So we need to be clear. You know, people are like thinking then that this is some obtainable look. Or it's like, oh, they've obtained it through their knowledge, but they don't really look like that.
There's zero obtainableness there.
Let's set that aside. A lot of times they don't even look like that.
Oh.
It's not even an issue of do they know how to get there with the drugs and the training, right? That would even be different, because then some say, okay, well,
if they stopped eating the peasant slave food diet, then they probably would get there eating a raw animal diet, like the looks maxing community. It's kind of obvious. How did they get there exactly? How did they get there? Through exercise? No, the looks maxing community does not promote exercise. What do they promote? Eating raw animal what? Products. And what happened to their body? What happened to their face, their body, their skin, and everything? They became more masculine. They looked better, right? They looked aesthetic. Yeah. Did they exercise? No. So what's it based on? Food. Everything's based on food. If I want to domesticate an animal, how do I domesticate him? Feed him an artificial diet. That's how I domesticate these animals. I feed them artificial diets, put them in an artificial environment, a bunch of stuff, okay, to domesticate them. That's all. It's really simple. You do specific things to domesticate.
Their training and nutrition knowledge is good enough, and then if they have these drugs, then they still know how to do all of it, right? They know how to actually look like that, but they don't actually look like that, not in person. And I think anyone who's been to events and expos gets a feeling for this real quick, right? You start to realize these guys are not as big as you think they are. They're not as jacked as you think they are, even in person. Okay? They still don't look like that. They only look like that in the photo or the video. Once it's been touched up, a little AI, some Photoshop. Again, perfect lighting, right? You get in that perfect down lighting. Just the right angles, okay? They can look dramatically different. They didn't look like that walking into the room.
Yeah, that's part of the influencer life, yes, okay.
So here's the problem we have.
What's the problem? Eye candy?
understand the problem. This is now the standard that people are trying to ascribe to.
So that's what they're trying to ascribe to. That's the problem. Okay.
Right? This is the standard that they're trying to ascribe to because they now believe that, you know, this is obtainable. Like, well, they did it, but they don't look like that.
They don't?
Do you see the problem? It's not even.
They don't look like that. It looks to me like they look like that. They might have changed the lighting or something. Okay, but lighting has nothing to do with that. You still look like that. It's just lighting. But Photoshop, no, that's totally different. You're Photoshopping, then you've changed the look, yeah. But that's static. But on video, you see what people look like on video, man. You can see what they look like.
Attainable for them.
You can't hide.
If they can't look like that without the Photoshop,
okay. Then what makes you think you can
and
look
the
like that?
lighting and the editing.
Yeah. So what makes you think you can all look like that, eh? Editing,
Then you're not going to look like that, even following their advice.
Sure.
They can't even do it. But again, the issue is then this becomes, before long, people start to think that this is realistic, and it's not, guys.
Oh, they don't think it's realistic. It's not, guys. It looks realistic, though, Blaha. It looks realistic.
It's not realistic, and those physiques might not even be attractive to other people. Like, so people are thinking they're going to do it for whatever. And I get it if you're going to go compete in bodybuilding. Okay, hey, that's fine. But are you doing it because you want to look impressive or attractive to other people? Well, then you're going down the wrong route, right? Especially that ultra shredded, shrink wrapped look. That's not considered attractive to most people. Like, you aren't having. People look at that and go, wow, they look really good. Now they're going to be like, that looks kind of freakish. Doesn't look healthy, doesn't look right. But keep in mind, they don't look like, you're not going to look like that either. But guys will get obsessed with it, to the point where they're losing muscle. And I'll see guys who do that. They want to get so.
They're losing muscle? They're not losing muscle. Muscle's post-mitotic. What are you talking about?
Shredded. I'm like, okay, are you doing it for an event? These are not sustainable, realistic things. If you're doing it for an event or a photo shoot, I get it, okay, right? You want that photo shoot to go well. You want these pictures to have for your stuff. By all means. Okay?
I like how he said it was okay to do steroids and everything. You should do steroids if you want to do steroids. Do steroids, yeah. If you want to do cosmetics, I think you should do cosmetics if that's really if that's the look that you want. That's the look you should go for. Use these cosmetics, but remember, there's a price to pay for everything.
Problem is, though, then they're using that for their marketing for their person.
You will pay all this exercise that you're doing, like Blaha. You will pay for it, and you know what? Want to know what you'll pay for it with? Your life. That's what you'll pay for. You'll pay for it with your look and your life. It'll age you, your life. That's what it'll do. It'll take a part of your life away from you. So, do you really want to invest in giving your life to this? You want to give away your life to this? And for what purpose? Muscles are post-mitotic. So you want to give your life away so you could constantly try to exercise your muscles. So in hopes that maybe one day they might go through mitosis, which guess what? Ain't never going to happen. I'm telling you that. It's not going to happen. Now, an exercise-induced muscle damage, there's a possibility. It can happen. It's astronomically difficult. It would have to be an astronomical large amount of damage throughout the entire body for that to even happen. And it won't happen just like it's going to happen with every session. Not necessarily. It can happen, but not all the time. The majority of our contractile proteins they're building there. You can build there, but nobody's building that because they don't even know how to do that properly.
Training. It's like, we're back over to these bad tactics. But it creates unrealistic standards.
Sure it does, yeah.
I get it if you're about to do a bodybuilding show, okay?
Okay.
But if you're not doing those things, people are trying to get to these standards that are not, you're doing it for one thing you're going to spend 6 months of your life peaking for one day at the beach, where you're not going to feel good.
Peaking one day at the beach, you want to look undomesticated at the beach so you could look attractive. Yeah, that's the whole idea. To go to the beach, look attractive and attract a mate.
Like you're not going to
That's what people are trying to do. They're trying to look attractive to attract a mate.
be performing optimally. You probably need to be careful out there in the heat, sweating, dehydrated like that. You're going to get hurt. You could die when you're that emaciated. You know, so they don't understand that though. But it's again,
Yeah.
it's created an unrealistic standard of what a good physique is,
Sure.
of what looks impressive. The average person you don't need to look anywhere near, not even anywhere near how these guys look for the average person to say, wow, you look really good, and to give you compliments. And we've lost sight of that because of the internet. We've lost sight of what people look like in the real world who actually work out.
Really? Okay.
And definitely lost sight of what's obtainable without drugs. And the internet has caused this with all the fake natties. And it's just a very unfortunate set of events.
Yeah.
But people need to put it into context.
They do.
Need a context for it.
Yeah.
Because it's not reality.
It's not reality. Neither is what Blaha is doing here. It's not based on reality. It's based on fantasy. Muscles are post-mitotic. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.